Hello, and welcome to the ESSER Strategy Planner and Spending Calculator. We deeply understand the challenges system leaders are facing as they use ESSER funds to address dramatically increased student needs sustainably, and also the opportunity of these unprecedented funds to dramatically transform education. We've developed this calculator to help you strategically plan and understand the full cost of your ESSER investments. This is an instructional video that is intended to help you get started. So first off, what exactly does the tool help you do? The tool helps you prioritize investments, estimate the cost of individual investments, asks you to map out multi-year investments, asks you to identify and be cognizant of ongoing costs. The tool is not a design tool. For example, if you know you want to invest in tutoring, it does not guide you through the decisions of who is providing tutoring, when during the day tutoring is happening, etc. But it does help you calculate the total cost of the tutoring investment. This tool is primarily intended for the ESSER point person or the person who primarily owns the ESSER plan. This could be the CFO or someone else. The ESSER point person should own completing this calculator. However, this should be filled out in close collaboration with other departments, and the ESSER point person may delegate some parts of the calculator to be filled out by other departments. The sheet is designed for multiple editors at once. There's some baseline data everyone will need to use this calculator. You should have handy student needs data, student enrollment data by targeted subgroup, and average teacher compensation. You may need more data depending on the strategies you are selecting. Okay, so now that we've got that primer done, let's do a quick walkthrough.
First, you will click on the link on the ERS website and make a copy. Please orient yourself to the Instructions tab, as this lays out the 4 main steps you'll be going through. Note the color key below, which identifies where you should enter data and what cells contain calculations. The links here are dynamic and will take you to underlying sheets. Steps 1 and 2 are ones you should either complete in collaboration with other departments, you can do this together live, or just ensure you gather the relevant information from other departments, like the data team and groups within academics. Step 1 is to reflect on needs. Remember, it is critical that our ESSER plans are anchored in student and teacher needs, so this is an important place to start. Here you'll be asked to identify student and teacher needs, either by choosing pre-populated common needs or adding one specific to your system. Choose how significant this need is. For example, it could be that most students have significant unfinished learning, and then describe for which students the need is greatest. For example, low income or ELLs. You'll notice that column E through S lay out power strategies with checks to identify which power strategies could be used to support which students and teacher needs. Remember, power strategies are high impact, research supported strategies that can have a huge impact in addressing the needs from the COVID crisis. You should walk away from the sheet feeling clear on what your most urgent student needs are and get ready to think about what investments your system wants to make. You'll next go to prioritize investments. Here you'll actually select the investments you believe your system should make. Individual strategies are in column B. Keeping in mind your needs, you will first go through and rate the priority level of each strategy in column D. Please also note who the strategy should apply to. Next, you will now actually cost out the investments. We recommend starting with the high priority ones to give you a sense of the total cost, and then add in medium and low priority as it makes sense, depending on how economically feasible your high priority investments are. You cost out investments by clicking on the individual links to template in column C. You might be able to fill out templates yourself if you've gathered data beforehand, or you might choose to delegate individual sheets to different departments at this point. As an example, let's take a look at time for observation and feedback. At the top of the page, there's information on what the strategy looks like and some additional resources, but the bulk of where the work will be is filling out the yellow cells. And so I can click this plus sign or minus sign to expand or contract this additional information. For example, my system might be targeting 500 teachers for 30 minutes of observation and 15 minutes of debrief for 18 weeks across the year at a cost of $60 per hour for instructional experts and $50 per teacher. You should do this for each of the 3 years. It's also really important that you think about post-ESSER spending commitments and have a plan for this. Some investments, like startup costs, might naturally go away. However, it is likely, and likely critical, that some of these investments carry on in school year 2024 and 25 and onwards, denoted in orange in column Q. For these, you will need to have a plan to divest in certain areas or rethink underlying cost structures to set the investments up for sustainability. Now you see we have a subtotal for the strategy. For example, in 2021-22, the cost is $517,500. Now, if we click back to prioritize investments, you'll see that cost reflected in row 13. So once you've calculated the cost of individual strategies, you'll see the sheet being populated. To get a summative view of the total cost during ESSER years and during post-ESSER years and beyond, click on the Review Investment Summary tab. We encourage you to review this view with broader leadership team and to engage in the reflection questions. This view can help you understand the full cost of your ESSER plan, how it aligns with the power strategies, how it aligns with your broader strategic plan, and prompt conversations on how it will set you up for sustainability. This is the end of the ESSER Strategy Planner and Spending Calculator. We hope it's been helpful and wish you the very best as you continue to support your systems with this challenging but exciting work.